The spooky season is among us. Everything starts to roll out very soon, and today we're back at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. We're also joined by our little guy, Eddytainment, in the back, and we're here to check out how it all starts out at Busch Gardens for their Howl-O-Scream season, which is construction. Early construction should be starting to show up around the park, and we're here to take a look, check out all the areas where the new Terror-Tories are going to be, and see how the event is coming along. It's only a few weeks out, so there should be something. Fingers crossed. Let's get inside the park and have some spooky fun. We are in the park, and typically the first thing we start to see is the lighting packages. I don't see any of the bulbs being updated. This is where Ripper Row will be, a returning Terror-Tory. I was about to say Scare Zone. I always love this one. It's the actors here do an amazing job. But let's keep our eyes peeled for the windows as well. The lighting packages on the windows, you'll see stuff start getting updated there. And specifically these two windows here at the Build-A-Bear shop and the ones over by the bathroom will typically start to get spookified. But at the moment, no spookiness, just some 2026 merch and some Build-A-Bear advertising. All right, still not seeing anything, at least nothing crazy. Monster Stomp on Ripper Row has been confirmed to be returning. Big Ben still looks bright and beautiful. Not spooky just yet. And we're keeping it moving. Up here in the sky with the little like sky ride, you'll typically have the ghost up here. But it could be that we get something new this year. I guess we'll see. But nothing up here just yet. Nothing spooky going on in the stables. But we had to say hi to the horsies, the Clydesdales. And my brother from another mother, Eddie, is right over there. Hello, Edward. How are you doing, sir? And some more spooky little creatures as we make our way into Ireland. And as we make it into Ireland, we pay respects to the beautiful water features here at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. Now, Killarney is typically one of the first places to see some construction and decor go up. And over here, this typically has like a little cemetery, but I gotta say the flowers and everything are so like freshly potted. I'm thinking this year we may not get something there. It may be a shame to ruin all these plants. They're like nice, blooming, beautiful, and we're not too far out from Howl-O-Scream. And inside of Killarney, nothing that's sticking out at the moment. It is still Beer Fest, Brews, and Barbecue. Beers, Brews, and Barbecue. Maybe some of that lighting up there, but I feel like that's there year-round. They just don't take down the lighting. But no decor specifically for Howl-O-Scream. Something soon, but I wonder with the house here gone, will this area be less spooky this year? They're starting the construction for the new ride just over there. I forget the name, but the return of something hill? I forget the name. I'll probably put it somewhere at the bottom here, but yeah, interesting. It'll be interesting to see how Ireland turns out this year. And as I'm pushing the stroller, it's the return to Corkscrew Hill. Corkscrew Hill, I knew it was Hill something. I just couldn't remember Hill what. That being said, man, we're so close to the event. Howl-O-Scream is just around the corner. Soon we will be taking you guys on a little behind the scenes look at another haunt somewhere in the area somewhat. Next weekend. We'll talk about that a little bit more soon. And Ollie stopped to look at the spooky eagles. Ooh. Just kidding. None of the animals here are spooky. They're all awesome, especially the eagles. Actually, as far as the announcement, let's not delay any longer. We actually got invited to an early preview of Woods of Terror. We've actually never been there. It's in North Carolina. We are excited to bring you guys along. And of course, we got to give a quick little shout out, special shout out to our Patreon followers. Thank you guys so much for the support. You guys will obviously be the first to get a look live that day while we're doing our behind the scenes tour. I'll be posting live And after that, the next day, more than likely, I'll be posting the full-length video. But if you're looking at getting yourself some early behind-the-scenes looks to everything that's going to be going on during the haunt season, make sure to check us out on Patreon. It's a great way to support us and a great way to see some cool behind-the-scenes stuff for everything going on during haunt. And random, did you know that there's a toad abode back here behind Lorikeet Glen? And there's actually little toads in it. There's one right there, right by the rock right there, boop. And then another one right here, boop. And there's probably more that I can't see, but I've never noticed this. And into France we go. And there we have Flow Rider September 5th. And then September 11th is when Howl-O-Scream starts. We're just about like 4 weeks away. And again, another very nicely potted planter over here that we know gets used during Howl-O-Scream, and we also have confirmation that the Discrotech is returning to France. So we know that this is going to be used for spooky season. So maybe they are going to be putting the little graveyard back to where the horses are. It's just a shame that they'll do that to these beautiful flowers. And now here in New France, we are unlikely to find anything because we are not getting anything. Sadly, Stalker Street, I believe it was called, which was one of my favorite zones actually, is not returning this year. I don't know why. This was such a good one. They should have brought this one back. I would have given up Discrotech any day. And we've made it inside of last year's Krampus zone. And I believe this year it's going to be Krampus again. I forget the name of the actual zone, but this is Rheinfeld Village. Now guys, I need you guys to rally with me in the comments. Please say, bring Burgermeister back. Hashtag bring Burgermeisters back. The upcharge experience was so amazing. And some of the best experience was during the Howl-O-Scream season. Going in there and doing the little like 1 hour show with some drinks was amazing. Theater and drinks. Who could complain? And it was a great value. Please rally in the comments. Let's go in there real quick and just appreciate it for what it is. That's Burgermeisters. I didn't want to stay in there and film. There was a lot of people just enjoying their day inside of Burgermeisters, which it's a great spot now that it's open daily for that, but it used to be so much better. So that's why I say let's rally in the comments. The experience before when it was an upcharge was a lot better. You paid and you got theater and some drinks, and they were spectacular. The actors in there were spectacular. We need to get back to it, and it'll change throughout the season. It was never the same season over season. And our adventure brings us to Fest House. This is another area with a Terror-Tory that will not be returning. We have the Big Bad Wolf Terror-Tory, but I'm fairly sure the Big Bad Wolf house back in here is going to be returning, and potentially another house back there as well, because I think we're still going to have 5, even though Killer Knee Diner is now gone. And it looks like they're testing Verbolten right now. And that leads us to our next little Howl-O-Scream. Oh yeah, they're definitely testing. 2 ride vehicles out back to back and empty. But let's talk about a new Terror-Tory to Howl-O-Scream. And that Terror-Tory, similar to last year's new roller coaster, will be at the entryway of Verbolten, which reopened this year to Verbolten Forbidden Turn. As Ollie checks out the test seat, Frau Hexo herself will be the Witch's Way is the new Terror-Tory. Hi, baby. And it's going to be centered here in front of Verbolten Forbidden Turn. I look forward to checking it out. I think a Witch's Terror-Tory fits perfectly in the event. And from one area to another area for a new Terror-Tory, here in Festa Italia, we have I think it's the Viper's Way, which is the Anaconda Terror-Tory, which leads me to believe that Bayou House is no more. That's gonna be where Anaconda is. But over here, typically where the clowns are in Festa Italia, we should have some snake-themed Terror-Tory, which will be interesting. All right, and on that note, there wasn't much to see. Baby, did you see anything? No. That being said, we will be back the construction, I am willing to bet, will start next weekend or this week, and you'll be able to see it next weekend. Howl-O-Scream is really close, so things will start going up. This fountain will change.
I just stuck my hand in there.
You just stuck your hand in there? Oh my gosh. He just stuck his hand in the fountain. I guess we gotta go home and give him a shower, guys. But on that note, we had a blast circling the park and looking for Howl-O-Scream construction updates. Not much, but we were able to discuss all the coming territories here to Howl-O-Scream, and soon we should get the announcement for all the houses as well. So some exciting things around the corner for Howl-O-Scream and Busch Gardens Williamsburg and haunt season as a whole. We will see you on the next one, but up till then, don't forget to ask yourself, have you been entertained?